Hey friends, so I'm back with another Leetcode question. So this question is happy and number. So let's go through the question and try to understand what this question says. So first of all, the question says that we have to write algorithm to determine a number n is happy. And the definition of happy number is that starting with any positive integer, we replace the number by sum of square of its digit. We repeat the process until the number equals to 1, or it basically loops endlessly in a cycle, which does not include 1. Those number for which this process ends in 1 are happy. Those who are endlessly stuck in the loop or in the cycle, those are unhappy. So that's the basic crux of a happy number. Mainly, I don't like this kind of definition of there is no logic behind this, right? This is just like some number play and all that. But anyway, if this is the question, let's try to solve it. So we have been given n. We need to find out the square of digits, right? So we basically have to probably do mod or something, and then find out each digit and square it, and then sum it finally. And then for that number, again, do the same thing, split the, get the digits, and then square it, and then sum it. And then for the next one, again, do that. And finally, it might either reach to 1, or it might, stuck in the cycle. So what does it mean to stuck in the cycle? Basically, we will be at some point of a time, we'll have the same number repeating. So for example, if 68 is there, in after certain iteration, you'll get the 68 again. And then if that something you found, again, basically, you will be doing the same operation, so that we have to kind of avoid as a cycle. Otherwise, we'll be in endless loop. So we have to detect that and then return -1. So that's the question here to solve a happy number problem. So to solve this problem, I think the first of the thing we have to see here is that how we can do this operation, right? Where we split the digit and we do this continuous. We do this calculation, right? Splitting up the digits and then squaring up and adding up. So let's build that function first. So let's write a private function here. And this would be sum of square. And integer n is given to us. We initialize the result value here, which we will eventually return. Run it here. And we need to check that until our n is not equal to 0, we're gonna mod this n. And this is going to be our digits, right? So let's define this as digit. Then we have this result, digit into digit. So we are squaring it basically here and then adding it to the result. And I'm reading our result, right? So that's what we are doing continuously. So if we have 10 digits, each of the digit will be modded. We get the digit, we square it, we add it to the result. And we also have to make sure that our digit that we have already taken, it's removed from our integer. So when we do the division, we basically remove it. So let's say you have 1, 2, 3, we divide by 10, what you get is 1, 2. So you're removing this one, right? Because we have already squared it here. That's what we are doing with n equal to n 10. And finally, at some point, your n will be 0, right? So if you have 1, 2, 3, you do the second 12 in the first iteration, you get 1 in the second iteration, and then finally you get the 0. So that's where you stop it, right? And by that time, you will already have all the square in your result. So this is what our helper method looks like for sum of square. Now we have this end, right? What we have to do is that we need to check if this n not becomes 1. Whenever this n becomes 1, basically we break out of the loop, right? And if it's not 1, then we have to calculate sum of square for this number. Please do the sum of square, and that's what we assign the n with. And we now the next part is like how do we make sure that this n is not the number in the cycle, right? So best way to do that is create a set. As you know, set is a data structure that stores the unique elements. So we'll create the hash set. And if you don't know, hash set allows us to look up into the data structure in constant time. So look up and add it into the lookup, this number. But before adding that, we need to check if this lookup contains the n. If it does, basically we are in the cycle, right? So we can immediately return false because we are not going to get the 1. But it does not happen, then there may be some cases where n equal to 1 and this loop will be broken, and then we can safely say that return true in that case. So when we reach to this return true statement, when our n becomes 1, right? When that's where this loop basically breaks out. So in that case, we are getting to this statement. Otherwise, we'll be either will be falling here, return equal to false, or we'll be in the loop. And then once we are in the loop, we get this false. Otherwise, we reach to 1 and then we get to the true. That's what this problem is all about. Let's try to execute it. Okay, okay, I have not, oh, my bad. All right, okay, I'll wait some time, but anyway, looks good to me. I'll try to run the example test cases. There are not many, so let's wait. I wish they give us more examples so that we cover more test cases and don't, lose on the edge cases. Anyway, yep, that's the solution for happy number. Let me know if you have any question in the comment. That's all for this one. I will see you in the next one. Thank you.